Alright, welcome to the SilaR podcast. I'm your host, Keller Keemstar, and I'm joined here by Anything for Views. How you doing?
Kill me.
Alright, good way to start off the podcast. Just start it off with an edgy joke. Nothing like a good clever joke. Let's just start it off with an edgy joke.
Okay.
Okay, no, but
I never said
seriously,
I was original.
I'm not original either. So, for a start, we're doing a podcast now. So that's fun. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
because I did a podcast on my old channel, and I didn't like how that turned out with Isaac, me, you, and Isaac. And plus, like,
Yeah, because
and in the
I
middle of
mean,
the
if anyone,
podcast, I had like a whole thing I had to do, and I was gone, and then I came
yeah.
back, and I was kind of in like not in the mood. So, well, it's just me and Jin. We're sitting here. We're doing it. So yeah.
I mean, if anyone wants to
So
see it, it's on my channel
yeah.
for some
Well,
reason.
yeah. Yes, I have it privated because I was like, I don't like how that turned out. But okay, so our first topic is going to be the gaming community. Community? I kind of said that weird. So, I don't like. So, what do you want to talk about? Like, what part of the community do you want to talk about? Like,
It's just in recent years, there's just been a growing level of toxicity. Like, yeah, it's been like that for a while, mainly Call of Duty, but now like games like Fortnite, Overwatch, PUBG, like popular games, there's just starting to be like a growing sense of toxicity.
I feel like Overwatch is a really good example of this because I can't like ever since I've had Overwatch, even like when I first started playing it, I wasn't playing with it with anyone, and I was simply in a custom game match, and I was in game chat. Some Zenyatta started arguing with me. Like it's just even in quick play, it's toxic. And it's kind of
Yeah, it's like it's even more toxic than you would think comp would be.
I think competitive, like I don't know, I think competitive in Overwatch is just eh. I used to have fun with competitive, but now it's just kind of like I don't really want to
It's
do
redundant.
I don't want to do placements even. Like unless I have a bunch of people to do it with, I don't want to do placements because I feel like I'm just gonna have to deal with a bunch of levers or toxic people. And again, I know everyone
Yeah.
says that. People use that as an excuse, as like oh, this is my rank because of levers and throwers every match, even though they have like 100 hours in competitive. But yeah.
Yeah.
But then well, again, uh, like I was trying to think, what was I gonna say about the Overwatch community while we're on the topic? I don't know, because the game itself and the community has gone to complete shit in recently, or in the past like
Yeah.
few months. Because I just feel like just the devs and everything don't care about the characters. They don't care about balancing it properly. I feel like they just don't.
I feel like they are just like the way that they have their cycles, like on PC you could just like do any scheduled updates. That's why they have the PTR in there specifically. But
Yeah,
like
that's
with
good.
console, this is the first time they actually had a game with console. So it's like it's hard to balance with that kind of setting in mind because you can't just like do willy-nilly updates. You have
Yeah, I
to
know.
like work with the PC, work with the consoles, and it kind of threw off Blizzard's kind of, I guess it would be like
Because all their
schedule.
previous games have always been on PC and not on
PC,
console.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And Overwatch is a great game. It's just the community, along with the developers not doing what they could do, is not doing the best for the game.
yeah, and you could say that for really any gaming community, really. Like you could even say that for Rainbow or what's it, like I don't play Rainbow a lot, but I've seen a lot of toxic people in Rainbow personally.
Real. But
uh, oh, I was gonna say something about the title, then I was like, oh wait, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it at all.
nah, okay.
Also,
We'll reveal the
no.
name later on.
Yeah,
Just like
I was gonna
later
mention,
on.
how Super Smash Bros. Is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Like, do you really care about that personally?
Oh, yeah, because first I play a lot of Pokemon, and I
Yeah.
might get a Switch because it'd be on there, and I always enjoyed Smash.
Yeah, I like Smash. I'm not good at it, but I do enjoy it. I do have it on the Wii U, but the Wii U is just such a bad console. Like, it runs poorly. The connection is horrible. Like,
And just like the layouts, it's
I know
like,
the layout. Like, I can't even friend anyone anymore because they got rid of Miiverse, so I can't find people and friend them. It's kind of ridiculous. So
yeah, it's weird. This is like,
it's like I
what are
don't
they
get why
doing
they
anymore?
I don't get why they shut down Miiverse. Then again, it is a dying platform, kind of like older platforms have died off now. But yeah.
Except for the Atari for some reason.
Well,
I mean,
like the
Atari.
Atari isn't online. Again, like the Wii U and Xbox
Yeah,
360
but
and
like
PS3.
for a non-online console, it survived a lot longer than most others.
I think a lot of old consoles survive for a while because they have such good classic games and people come back to that and enjoy playing those
Yeah.
games. Because personally, I have a N64 like right next or like on a shelf right next to me, and I usually will boot it up, play like Super Mario 64 or Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, all that. It's fun.
Yeah, great games.
But
I never really got into what do you call it, Zelda when I was younger, but I got into it when I got older.
yeah, I've never been into Zelda either. Like I kind of got a little bit into Mario, not that much. I played Super Mario Maker. That was fun. Had fun with that.
That was a great game.
Yeah, but back on like the gaming community, like I don't know, cause I feel like so many games are overhyped to the point where no
Yeah.
one cares about them.
Okay. Yeah. So like games are getting like extremely overhyped, and it's just the huge amount of disappointment people get. It just ruins some games.
I feel like Call of Duty World War II has been out for how many months? Like
About like 6 at this point.
so half a year, not even like it's already been half a year, and they're already announcing another COD. I feel like they're just pumping them out at that point.
Well, they've been pumping them out like they've always had a game a year kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think they should like
But
give Call of Duty World War II a little bit of time, and then like let it, and then like
well,
announce the new COD. But
it was since you play Call of Duty World War II, you could tell how it's like it feels like a very unfinished game when you actually play it.
yeah, I know there's a one YouTuber that made a video about how they didn't like Call of Duty World War II, like neither multiplayer or zombies, and I completely understood every point he said. And he also played on Xbox, and he complained about connection issues and all that. And then I think, of course, people can be right about this. I've never had any connection issues on PS4, or had it like any of the stuff he had connection issues with, or issues at all. Like I never saw on PS4. I've like
Yeah.
didn't even know existed. But I'm not
During
like.
Call, yeah,
But what a lot of people said in the comments. Let me finish this real quick.
yeah, of
Is
course.
like, oh, it's because you have a Xbox One, you gotta get a PS4. It's like, well, first of all, when they release a game, it should work across all platforms. And even he said this himself in his response video to those people. Like it should work across all consoles. It shouldn't be, oh, you have this console, so it's gonna work better. All right, but yeah. And again, I do
Yeah.
understand
So
this video. But yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Black Ops 3 on the Xbox One, it had an extreme problem. So on Xbox you couldn't like start parties like you couldn't go in game chat because like it would make the game lag like extremely badly.
Yeah.
And I think the worst part about it is like if you had like an open lobby, it can completely crash your Xbox. And
Really, just an open lobby?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, like an open lobby will crash your Xbox, spam invites, everything.
Wow.
And PlayStation found that problem in the beginning, and they fixed it relatively
yeah,
quickly
'cause, like,
because it was a
well, yeah,
big
'cause they
lag problem.
Because, well, I'm guessing then Black Ops 3 for PS4 came out later than Xbox One?
Oh no, it came out before.
Oh, it came out before,
Ca-
okay.
Yeah. Um.
But it didn't
So
have
like
those
PlayStation
issues.
had this. Yeah, no, it had none of the problems.
Okay.
It had the same like in-game problems, but nothing like crashing your console.
Yeah, of course. But I feel like, yeah, about overhype, of course, like, when people saw it was a basketball player, I think it was James someone, I'm not into sports.
James Harden.
Yeah, James Harden, that was his name. Like when he was wearing a Black Ops 4 hat, it was actually the Black Ops 4 logo on it, and people were like, oh my god, he's Black Ops 4! And then they announced it like the next day, or the day after that. And I'm kind of, part of me is like, did they just announce Black Ops 4 just because he had the hat on, and he wasn't supposed to wear it? or some shit, or was that like marketing, or was that just like
No,
for?
no, I feel like that was like a general mistake on his half. Like, I don't think he
I
was supposed
like,
to wear that
but
that
then again,
early.
I think it's marketing because again, a lot of people like probably know him, or he's probably well known
Yeah,
when it comes to
yeah, he's well
basketball because
known.
I'm not into sports, but
Yeah,
like I'm guessing that was a marketing
I'm a
move.
fan of basketball. Yeah, so like, what do you call it? He's one of the better players on his team, and I guess that it is a good marketing choice. But if they were gonna like do a marketing, I guess they would probably do like LeBron or something.
Well, that's a good way to get it hyped though, because like when you have like
Yeah,
someone that popular go like just out and they just have like some logo, like a Black Ops 4 logo, and people recognize it like very similar to the Black Ops 3 logo, and they're like, oh my god, is it Black Ops 4? They're making a Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Then they announce it the next day. That gets people really hyped. Gets people talking. So again, I'm taking a marketing class right now. So again, I
yeah.
think that's just a
I
basic thing in
was
marketing.
yeah, I was going to do a marketing class.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even want a marketing class. That kind of threw me in there. Like
I mean, it's good for when you're like a gamer and stuff. It's like, well, you can see their bullshit.
yeah, you can see their bullshit, but what? Like I think most games just have a toxic community due to how games are made nowadays, and how they're just
hmm
have like so many unbalanced characters. The competitive modes in most games are just ridiculous because it's so many people taking it just too seriously. In my opinion, like I think if people just played competitive, like still cared about winning, but not to the point where they would rage and tell their teammates to kill themselves, then I think people would
Yeah,
enjoy games more. Because when I hop into competitive in any game now, I just don't care. Like I'll try, but I'm not gonna sit there and act like I'm in a professional league trying to win a grand prize. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So like, it's like with the unbalanced characters, or there's always that one cheap person. Yeah, it's like Call of Duty has had like unbalanced weapons since the start.
I
World
think a
War
lot
Two
of
had
games have had unbalanced weapons or classes or heroes
yeah,
or characters
yeah,
ever
just
since
like
the beginning.
anything that like they can use to abuse the system,
Like
someone will do it.
Didn't Halo have unbalanced weapons?
They had unbalanced weapons, but they had like a rare drop rate and crap.
Okay, yeah.
The gravity hammer, the energy sword, fun weapons, but they're
But they
really
were really
difficult to
hard to
get.
get. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember playing Halo. Cause like again, like I think that's a good way to handle it. Have it like really rare. But then again, like nowadays you pick your character and like all you have these really unbalanced, overpowered characters. It's not like you can't just automatically pick it at the beginning of the max. What I'm trying to say is you have the option to just pick them and play them for the rest of the match and play them for how many hours you want and just be an
yeah.
unbalanced piece of shit. And you can't really like
Like
stop
I,
that. You can't be like,
yeah, it's
oh,
like
you can only play this character if this thing happens or by this certain percent you'll be able to play the character or something like that.
yeah, because like I like the idea of just like you pick your own character, you pick them according to how you like to play the game, your play style and stuff. But once they make it like they won't like make effective counters, like let's say Moira from Overwatch, because you know you and I are addicted to that game. It's
I'm not
like
addicted to
there's
it
like
as
no
much.
really. Well, we still play it.
Yeah, we
We
still
still
play
have
it.
like nearly 1,000 hours.
I'm like close to a 900. Like I'm getting there.
I'm almost 600, but I digress. It's just that we've been playing the game for so much that like we could tell like characters counters, and if they're overpowered, there are a way to abuse them.
Yeah,
And you
when
and
you
I
have
don't play like that.
I know. I play like I have hours on DPS, like assault class, but I also have a lot of hours on tank and healer mostly because I enjoy those classes the most, and they're the less generic class because I feel like offense is just shooty point, you know. And again,
Yeah, it's
there's nothing wrong with games like that because again, Call of Duty, a lot of people like Call of Duty, and that's pretty much what Call of Duty is: shooty
that.
point gun,
Yeah, TF2's like that
pretty much.
too, but like has
Well,
like some
TF2 has its own
strategy.
little thing, it has its own little characters and its own style.
Yeah, but like once you start getting into like Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, where they have a gun that will never miss, Juggernaut and Final Stand, it's like you want to die.
Yeah. But what's your favorite game of all time right now?
Right now, I don't know if I'm going to be completely honest. I've never been a person to like. I'm trying to think of what game I had the most hours on, just overall.
Well, I know you have a
Okay, no,
lot of.
actually, I know the answer. It was Okay, there was a Godzilla game on the Wii. It was called Godzilla Unleashed. It
Yeah.
was and it was really fun because you were like you could be like Godzilla, Mothra, people like that, and it was like extremely fun. And me as a person that loved dinosaurs and monsters as a kid, that was like my dream.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to think of older games I had, like the 360. Skate 3, I loved that game to death. It was
That
just
was
such
such a great game.
because it wasn't just skating. You could skate and do all kinds of cool tricks and had so much fun doing that. But you could literally just pick up your board and walk around and hit people with it and jump off a ledge and just be
Yeah, you
fun.
could like break all
And
your
also,
bones.
yeah, you could show the X-ray where like what bones you broke, and it was so fun doing that. Again, it was such a fun game. I think that was one of
I
my
never
favorite
played
games.
the game, but I watched PewDiePie do it when I was really young.
Yeah, I think a lot of people when they're younger just watch people play instead of actually playing. Again, now I play
Especially in
more.
this generation.
Oh yeah, this generation they grew up with YouTube. Oh, speaking of YouTube, this is a good segue. The gaming community, the YouTuber part of it. What do you think of that? Like the
Well, so see, a lot of them are just like clickbaiting. I want views. I need money and crap. Allier, he's not that bad of an example, but it's still there.
well, yeah,
It's
he
like
still is
not 100%
clickbait.
content. Yeah, it's a lot of people are just like, oh, and then here's a really bad example. If you see red in this picture, you'll be colorblind. Like,
That was an old ass trend.
yeah, I know, but it's like why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's because of I think Logan Paul did that. Remember the whole like I forgot Logan Paul was the one that did the whole I'm colorblind thing.
Yeah, there's a person named Pro Gamer J, and he was a fuckboy on the Call of Duty community, and yeah, he did that a lot.
Yeah, like I think Fortnite wise, I'm just taking Fortnite as an example. There's so much clickbait and like I think Muselk is just extremely clickbait. He just puts a bunch of arrows in a circle. He's like 10 million meter shot and has a world record logo slapped on there in the thumbnail.
Yeah,
It's
and
ridiculous.
he's like Victory Royale, probably got like 2 wins in the past 2 years.
And again, then there's
It's like
like Fortnite YouTubers that actually aren't clickbait. There's this one YouTuber. I subscribed to him originally because he did like these really detailed, big ass Minecraft pixel arts. They like the detailed ones where you could like see a human face, right? Like he did those, and they're like really giant. They
yeah,
took
they're
him
really
like
good ones.
at least an entire day to do, or probably even longer than that. But again, he did that.
Probably like a weekend's worth of work.
Yeah, he did that a lot, and I found his channel. I found those videos and subscribed to him for that reason. But he does Fortnite now, and what he does in Fortnite, like, Muso could easily clickbait, right? Because he'll like one time I'm pretty sure he had a bunch of people just kind of stream snipe him, or he had a bunch of people in a Discord server, and they all like were somehow in the same match, but they're all friendly with each other, and I think they broke down. It wasn't Tilted Towers. It was I think some area, right? And just built
Yeah,
a
it was
a
like
bunch of
probably retail or
skyscrapers.
something.
Retail, yeah, I think, and just built a bunch of skyscrapers out of wood that were super tall. It was a really fun. It wasn't clickbait though. It wasn't. It's like it showed pictures of the whole city, of course, but it didn't have a bunch of red arrows and circles.
It didn't have red arrows, Victory Royale, or like we won 100 kill game.
Yeah, Ninja, a really
And
good.
like you don't need to do that. Like what do you call it? Muzak was still like that guy that everyone hated in the not the Fortnite, the TF2 community. He
What
was a
about
soldier
Overwatch?
main, and
Yeah, go ahead.
like Overwatch, he got a lot of traction with that game. That's why he played it too like
Also,
so much.
Brad, they were those two were really
They
popular.
they were the gay couples of the Overwatch community.
Okay, that's kind of mean. They were the gay couple of the Overwatch community. Like, okay, but no, I think they used to have creativity. They used to have like really creative strats they'd come up with or ideas, and they put them in a video, and everyone would
Yeah,
copy
the
it.
like the
Yeah, like,
level
I'd
5
play-
turret.
Yeah, no, like I'd always play it. Like at the time, Like I was playing Overwatch way more than I do now, so I always see this in quick play matches, even competitive. So
So yeah, it's just like you just got to think about it. Sometimes just communities can ruin games. Game communities that ruin
well, no,
games
that's a
like
very debatable thing because I think a game can still
it,
be good, but it doesn't really the community. Well, if it's an online game, yeah, but if it's a solo
yeah,
play,
yeah, online games, but like you can't really destroy like actually kind of.
you can make people
The
hate. You
the
can make
Cuphead's
people hate you.
community was terrible.
Cuphead, like Cuphead, when I play, like look at footage of Cuphead or play, not play it, but just look at it. I don't get reminded of all that stuff because I just don't look at it or pay attention to it. I don't like go out there and just really dive into the whole Cuphead community and just find it. Same with a lot
No,
of
like
games.
I didn't do that either, but like I'm like ooh I'm really into Cuphead. I'm playing it a lot now. Maybe I can get like a wallpaper for my room, not my room, my fucking computer home
Oh, we
screen.
got a viewer. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, but some kid
It,
in so it was yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday. So in yesterday, some kid in my marketing class, like in front of me, in a row, in front of me, was playing Cuphead on the school computer. Right, he was logged into his Xbox account, and he even had an Xbox controller. He hooked it up, and he was playing it for like 10 minutes. He was on the devil, by the way. So
damn,
so yeah, because I was like, oh damn, he got really far.
that sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, because I was like, I wasn't expecting the computers to be able to run something like that, but they're newer computers, so.
So like at my old school you used to like they would allow you to play Minecraft, but I found a way around this because like it was for a creative class, so it was like you have to like make a building or architecture in Minecraft or
Oh
do
yeah,
something with
that's
it
not fun
in
for me.
design. And I did something different. I made an SFM animation with with the SFM animation tools. I downloaded TF2 and I got the tools. I made like a little short animation. It was pretty bad, but I made it.
Yeah. Uh, I think, what? All right. Well, I think the podcast is going to be on a little bit of delay, cause Jin underscore 115 just left. Huh. Okay. So I'm gonna DM him on Twitter and on PlayStation. Hold on. I think he's probably gonna invite me to a new party. Watch. Oh, I'm gonna have to invite him. Sorry for about that, boys. Uh, oh, this is so unprofessional. Come on. Yeah, what's up?
I just had network error. YouTube?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so I'm gonna do something real quick, Jin. Just talk to the stream. Like, just come up with some type of
Okay.
topic and talk to them.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is so unprofessional, but you want to just like try
Yeah,
again?
it is.
You want to do a second
Um,
episode tomorrow in the morning
yeah,
or
yeah,
something?
yeah. Let's just do it with Mason tomorrow. Yeah.
No, but so we're gonna continue this, so we're just gonna make it unprofessional. Embrace it. Anyway, you talk to
Yeah.
the stream. Have fun.
Yeah. I'll talk. So yeah. I'm sorry. My PlayStation just had an error and they just kicked me out. Um. So some communities that like kind of just make me mad could be like on a Call of Duty community where like there's that person that spams weapons that just like are overpowered, or communities that like I guess it's like games that you thoroughly enjoy, like let's say it's Smash Bros. And then you going on like battle because you really confident in yourself. And there's that one guy that goes like most cheap character and then just like spams attacks and crap. It's just that annoys me a lot. Um, I I really don't know. It's awkward, but I mean I talk to my stream alone a lot, so just this stream just I don't know. We picked a really broad topic so it could like help us with this, but I guess it didn't really work. So what do we call it? A lot of games that I'm looking forward to, I'm hoping that they don't disappoint. Far Cry 5 is pretty much it. Far Cry 5 is a great game that I'm really expecting because I started with Far Cry 4 and I played Far Cry Primal and then it was fun. Yep. You back YouTube?
Yeah, I was just like I could hear you through my headset the whole time. Good job. But what's your favorite YouTuber of all time?
Um, right now I'm like a lot. I've been watching a lot of Drawing with Jazza, Odd Ones Out, Jaden Animation, something else YT. I just been watching them a lot mainly because it just
Yeah.
amazes me how much work it goes to make something like that.
Yeah, it is really impressive. I think they do put a lot of effort into it and do deserve the attention they get. Oh, let me take a breath. Fuck, I had to do something.
Yeah.
um, Also, I recently saw two really good movies. I saw Baby Driver and Shape of Water, which like were really good. So I think did Baby Driver did Baby Driver get an award at the Oscars, or well, you don't know because you didn't watch.
I don't think so.
Because like I think they should have gotten an award for audio. Because again, like you know, the whole soundtrack was picked before they started shooting scenes. So, because every beat and every gunshot is like synced with every beat in the song that's playing. So,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's one of my
It's like it's such a great idea. It's just like this guy has like a ring in his ear, so he just constantly plays music to drown it out. And I'm like, that's such a good idea. Just like
yeah,
no
it's
one's
not, and
ever
it's an
thought of a story
actual
like
it's
that.
an actual thing, and they do pronounce it right in the medical field, or like how they say in the medical field is actually pronounced right in the movie, from what I've heard. So,
Yeah.
and also I'm pretty sure the sign language has to be right, shouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Sign language, because my sister speaks it just a little bit, and I'm like, is that actual legit? And she's like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, the best thing about the scenes with him and his actually no, I'm not. I don't want to spoil any. I don't want to say anything about this movie because it's really good, and I think people should just go into it blind. I don't think they should watch
So
a trailer.
yeah, so anyone on the stream, we'll start talking about this movie. Well, actually, no, we'll just not try to spoil anything.
Yeah,
But
but
you
I
guys
think
have to watch it.
but
Just it's
the
such a great movie. Soundtrack, the action, it's just so great.
yeah, but the scenes where he's actually talking to who, with sign language, it like you can just it really tell they're having a conversation, even though you can't hear a single word or understand what they're saying. The chemistry
Yeah,
is really
it's like
good.
yeah, it's like good chemistry, and it's like the actual people like know each other in real life.
They probably do.
It's like
They could.
it
Or they're
flows
just
really
good
well.
actor. They're just really good
Yeah.
actors. Also, I saw Shape of Water before I got on PlayStation today, because in my fourth block we don't really do anything. So I was watching like half of it there, and then got out of school, ate something, and came back home and watched the rest of it. I'm not into love stories, but this one was just really good because it's I don't want to spoil anything about this. All it is. This is all I'm gonna say. It's about a mute woman falling in love with a fish man that can't talk, like a fish creature thing. It sounds stupid, right? But it's actually a really
I
good.
know it sounds really interesting though.
I know, and
The
it's
only
in the
real love
no.
story I kind of
Go ahead.
yeah, you finish.
No. Okay, I'm gonna finish. But the chemistry between the actors, literally don't say a single word, and it's so good. And and I guess you'd say the villain. The villain it does a really good job. He's not just evil because he's evil. He has his reasoning and his
He can speak. That's
motivations.
why he has advantage on him.
Not really. I don't think like he has an advantage. But like you do see his motivations and his reasoning. It's not just I'm evil because I'm evil. He has his motivations, which is good.
Like so yeah, I understand like motivations that like can really drive a character, not just BS reasons I'm here.
Yeah, I'm just here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a real because the chemistry between the two actors. I don't know because it had to be an actor, right? Because I don't think that was CGI.
Yeah, that had to be an actor. Like if
Yeah,
it
that had
wasn't
to be actual
CGI, then it
makeup.
was
'Cause
someone in like an. It
yeah, go
had to
ahead.
be like a morph suit, like
Yeah,
or
I'm
like
pretty sure it
half
was.
makeup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was mostly makeup and then like a little bit of a suit. Because it just looked so good, and if that was CGI, that was literally the best CGI I've ever seen in a movie. Because that had to be real.
Like
Had to.
the only CGI like I've ever seen that like doesn't look like CGI was Hulk in Ragnarok.
Yeah, like Hulk was alright in
and
Ragnarok. I think he looked pretty decent.
Yeah, like and like they actually went for more like Mark Ruffalo kind of look, not like a Hulk look.
Yeah.
Because it's like they are the same character in the end.
And the Hulk Ragnarok or Hulk Ragnarok. I'm stupid. Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok.
This is Iron Man Ragnarok.
And no, shut up. And Thor Ragnarok, they kind of embrace the whole ridiculousness about it. Like, yeah, but like again, it's the same with the Avengers. They didn't try and take themselves too seriously, and that's what I like about this movie. Because and this is something said in honest trailers about Thor Ragnarok, but most heroic moments that are supposed to be dramatic, like aren't. They're just funny, have a comedic effect to it.
Yeah.
Again, and it kind of gave me a little. It kind of gave me a few Guardians of the Galaxy 2 vibes because Guardians of the Galaxy 2 didn't take itself too seriously, but it still had like its emotional and serious moments that you could take seriously, and also the comedic ones.
Yeah, emotional and serious moments. As soon as you said that, I instantly thought of Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool! I think Deadpool is a great movie.
Yeah, that's the only really romance I like. It's like, oh, it's because it's a Marvel movie. I'm like, no, because they actually did something different. A comedic love story.
Yeah, and also Deadpool. I feel like Deadpool just is amazing as a rated R movie, and it could not work at all as PG-13. That just wouldn't work.
Same thing with Logan.
Logan, yeah, because Logan, Wolverine was always like PG-13 in the X-Men movies, and then they finally made a Logan, and Logan was great. It was just because it didn't feel like a superhero movie for most of it until the group of them they showed up in the movie. It just started feeling like the ones.
Yeah, that it started getting that little bit of vibe.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil
But like,
it.
I feel like if that wasn't there, then I feel like what do you call it? It wouldn't really be that good of a movie. I say that because like
Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's just like when you think about Wolverine as a hero, he has his claws. Like that's not PG-13. Like when you think of someone using claws as a weapon, you think like slicing heads off or cutting throats or doing something really brutal. And that's what this movie does, and it does a great job. And it's like, I love it. So I'm not really a big X-Men fan, but I think this movie did a really good job. And Wolverine does look, or Logan. I'm gonna say Logan because Wolverine. Calling him Wolverine in this movie just doesn't make sense. I feel like Wolverine is like that's what you call him in the X-Men movies, the PG-13 X-Men movies, not in this. In this, like Logan is the proper one. Like,
hell, half the time they didn't even call him Logan. They called him Jimmy because that's his birth name. I know that because I'm a
Yeah.
nerd. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just like I like the fact that like, okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I like the twist with the family.
Oh yeah. That's
It
a
was
little.
it was sad, but it was a good twist.
Yeah. But
Hell,
I
I,
think
I saw that movie in the theater with my mom.
at the beginning of the movie, it's just like it's instantly just brutal. You know, because
Yeah,
like I think I
it's
don't
like
know. I don't want to
not
spoil the
even a minute in
opening.
the movie, you got like 3 deaths
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. Well, it's just an opening scene,
all
but
over a
but
car.
oh yeah, but Wolverine or why is it Wolverine? But I feel like I'm slandering him, like I'm saying something rude about him. Even though it's just a fictional character, I feel like that just doesn't respect the character. Like it's just better to say Logan when referring to this movie. But Logan, he's sleeping in a car, right? And he wakes up and people are trying to steal his rims. And then he's just like, "Hey, guys, you don't want to do that," and he just gets shot and he falls down. Then like like gets back up and is like, "You guys really don't want to do this," and then he just like brutally kills him. Like like one thing I really liked that he did in this movie, like he stick his hand on the side of someone's head or like under their chin and just like the claws would come up and like shing like that. I think
Yeah, like it just went
that was
straight
really
through.
brutal. I think that was like I think what you could really do is like pretend like you're punch because he didn't really punch him. He just like placed his hand there. But if you just like fake punch like and got straight to the head and then then deployed your like claws, that'd be a pretty funny scene in my opinion.
So like here's the thing. Just like as you say, is like you don't want to do this. He was saying, guys, that's Chrome. I don't want you guys to mess it up. You guys gotta do a different screw.
Oh yeah,
He's like, you guys are using the wrong wrench.
yeah. The villain's kind of like I think I understood their reasoning. I could
Yeah,
understand it.
it's like in their society, that's how they had to operate.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I'm trying to. I love Charles Xavier, Professor X or what, but Charles Xavier is a better way.
Yeah,
Charles.
in that movie, it was
Yeah,
it was
and this
great.
and Logan, this is not really a movie. Most like the first, I guess, hour you could say, feels more of just like just
It feels
it
more
feels
like
more
a
mature.
story that should have been said a long time ago.
Yeah. Again, if and this is something IHE said a while back when he talked about Logan, but without Deadpool, we probably would have never gotten this movie because Deadpool
Yeah,
really like.
because after that, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds begged for a what do you call it, rated M Wolverine movie, and that's
Yeah.
how they got it.
Rated M. You play games too much.
Shut the fuck.
You
Rated
mean rated
R.
R? You play games too much. You're like rated M.
It's information. Oh, okay. Speaking of rated M, do you know there's only one game in history that's rated AD 17?
Uh, wasn't it? Wasn't it GTA San Andreas when they found a sex scene somewhere in the files?
Yeah. No, it was San Andreas, and they found a sex scene, and what they did is they made a mod out of it, and you can actually just like have just sex with anybody.
Well, but it wasn't canon. It wasn't part of the game. It was just like you had to dig in. The fact that they left in the the files or in the data. What's the word I'm trying to find? Uh, in the files, whatever. In the game files. Yeah, there we go. I'm stupid. But the fact
In
they
the
left
hard
it.
drive.
The fact they left it in the game files of the game is kind of stupid because I feel like if you have something like that, you should probably delete it and not have it.
I
Just
mean, it's Rockstar. I mean,
I
like,
know it
here's the
is
thing.
Rockstar, and they do have a lot of really like inappropriate Easter eggs. When I say inappropriate, I feel like I'm a parent or a teacher or something, like a really old teacher.
I feel like I'm an old mom. That's very inappropriate.
That's very inappropriate. But yeah, but yeah, I think it's just stupid how they're like, oh, we're gonna rate it this now, even though it's just a bunch of old men that don't even know how to pick up a Game Boy and use it. So
I'm pretty sure they had the fucking Game Boy plastic. Like, no, not Game Boy plastic, Game Boy paper, where they just draw. My Pokemon was just a paper pencil, my friend.
that wasn't. That joke, you could have done something really good with that joke, but again,
I know.
you get an A for effort, Jen. What do you think
Thanks,
about
man.
what do you think about Trump meeting with some gaming companies to talk about video game violence, quote unquote?
I I think that's pretty much BS because
Well,
without
here,
like violent video games, our society wouldn't be the really same. Because think about it, if like the reason why violent video games are so popular is because it relieves stress. People are just like, oh, I have a stressful day. Go on a game go on GTA, shoot up a few prisons, whatever,
I
and
thought
you
you were about
just
to say a
relieve all that
school.
stress.
I honestly thought you were about to say a school. I was about to be like,
No, I
no.
live in Florida. I
I
actually can't
know,
say
but like, and
that.
there's not even schools in GTA or kids. So
Yeah, so it's just like, well, there's a reason for that.
yeah, there's
But
a really good reason
yeah,
for that. Oh,
yeah.
that starts
So what do
so
you call
much controversy. Oh God,
that?
that'd be
So what do you call it?
amazing.
Like,
I'd love to
just like
grab a bag of popcorn and
GTA 6 back at elementary school.
oh God, I'd love to just sit back with a bag of popcorn and some Dr. Pepper and just watch the world burn as they kill each other and just start so much
Okay, I
controversy.
know you saw the Batman movie. You don't have to say to watch the world burn. Some
Okay,
men
and
just
also
want to
and
watch
I
the
also
movie.
like the song like I don't want to set the world on fire, so
That is a great song.
yeah. But I think saying oh we got to get rid of violence in video games is like saying we're getting rid of part of your freedom of speech because
It's like, yeah,
when someone makes a game that has violence in it most of the time it's just for
that's
fun.
how they express themselves.
Well, yeah, that's how they express their game. And that's how they want to have their game. They don't want to have it just like, oh, we're gonna be
Um,
nice to each other. We're not gonna hit each other.
we're gonna make a Little Big Planet 8.
Yeah, but like I think, because again, saying you're gonna take violence away from video games is like trying to take.
It's like trying
It's
to
like
take it's trying to take water out of any soda
No, it's like
anywhere.
trying to take sex scenes out of movies, and it's like, what? Because some movies, in some movies, in
it's
no,
taking
in
the porn out of porn.
no, here's a good example. In Shape of Water, the sex scenes aren't just sex scenes. Well, one is, and like the with I'm not gonna say, but one is just like there to be there, but the like rest of them are like the two others. I think there's just like two. Yeah, like two are like they actually like they're not just sex scenes. They actually have some kind of artistic value to them and have some type of message. And like you're trying to say something about the characters, and not just there to be there. And again, that's part of art, I guess you could say. When it comes to
Yeah.
film, a lot of people, a lot of creators, if they're making a love story, use like a few, like maybe one or two sex scenes to try
Because
and
like here's the thing.
show something.
It's like
Because again,
like
in one of the scenes in Shape of Water, like one of the sex scenes, which is really, I think one shot has a really creative. It's really creative. It doesn't show anything, but it's just really creative. I really like it. But and again, that's I'm stuttering. Carry on.
yeah, it's fine.
I'm stuttering.
So it's like oh yeah, let's have like a love movie without sex scenes. I'm like, it's like that. It's like so okay. Let's say you love your wife. So you guys are like never did it. It's like that's a way how you express love. It's
well, yeah,
it's
but
just
not constantly. Not just like
no, not constantly, no. But like
yeah.
it's like if you never do it, then that's not.
Like that's just
I
part of
guess
having a relationship or intimate relationship with someone. And we're
yeah.
not here to get into that, but I'm just saying. I
Yeah,
don't know
that's not
why.
our podcast.
I don't want to I brought that up as an example, but I'm just saying, taking away violence or anything like that away from video games or any form of media is like taking away freedom of speech. Or like
I feel like it's like
because that's
taking
something.
away like
There's a big part of how people use that. It's a big part people use to express their art or other forms of media. So
or like stress, yeah, like how I said. But
yeah,
like
like you said.
I guess like so I said like it taking like violence away from gaming is like taking music away from movies. It just doesn't feel the same.
I think. Well, I think there are probably movies out there that are really good that don't have music in them, but for a purpose, have a reason why.
Well,
It
yeah,
has
but
like some type of artistic
let's
reason.
say Baby Driver. If there was
Oh no,
no
I would
soundtrack,
listen if Baby Driver didn't have a soundtrack, it'd literally be the worst movie ever made. That No, it had like Baby
Yeah.
Driver. No, Baby Driver literally would feel like an incomplete movie. Like if you sat there watching Baby Driver, I want someone to try and edit out the music. I want like a copy of Baby Driver where the music's not there at all, not a single bit of music. Watch that movie and
With the
it'll
old,
feel like it'll feel like it's in the middle of editing and it's not even ready
no,
to be
no, no,
released to the
if
public.
like with the old YouTube, like what do you call it? It says like what do you call it? It's like
Today, Junior.
stutter.
We both
I was
stutter.
thinking about like just like every time the B movie says the word B gets faster. Like I was say, is this like with the YouTube that was like that? There has to be something.
Yeah. Well, that's easy to do.
Yeah.
That is like really easy to do compared to actually editing out of like audio in a certain like that's hard. But yeah. Like I'm trying to think. What's another topic we could talk about? Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like we should end the stream soon because we've been going on for about like an hour and a half, and we're starting to run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we really are, but we'll try and like do since this one was a little unprofessional, we might try and do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
And we'll
yeah.
we'll make it meta, but okay, I want to talk about podcasts I listen to myself. Let's make this a little meta. Let's talk about a podcast while doing a podcast. So one of my favorite podcasts, let's name all the podcasts I listen to. So I listened to H3 podcast. I listened to the Baited podcast. Recently started listening to the Sardana cast, which I told you has I Ate Everything, Your Movie Sucks, and Ralph the Movie Maker, which I know you might not like as much as me, but
Yeah,
I do. And they only have 2 episodes
you,
up, but really I highly suggest go search it. Look
yeah,
it up.
I might watch it. So look on it. One of my favorite YouTubers, pretty sure everyone has ever heard of him, Jacksepticeye.
Yeah.
And he Markiplier, Lord Minion 777 and MySkerm, they came up with the idea, and it was a joke, but it was like a boner podcast. It was like, hey, boner pod. So they just talk about
something
boners.
like really, yeah, something really stupid.
Yeah, but it was super funny of an idea.
Well,
I just love it. It was
if
funny.
you executed it right, yeah, it could be really
Yeah,
funny.
it could be like it could be like really funny.
But the thing is, Baited podcast is it's always been Keemstar, but the hosts have changed. At one point, it was Keemstar, Tommy something, and then Colossal is crazy. And Colossal is crazy and Keemstar, when they got into arguments and started having conversations, it was the most entertaining and hilarious thing I had ever watched, and I love that about their podcast.
That
And
kind of banter.
Yeah, I just loved it because they had such a chemistry with each other because they just sit there and fight each other, and it's just the funniest thing ever. But eventually the hosts changed where like it was Keemstar, Andy Milonakis, and Anything for Views. And do you know who Andy Milonakis is?
I don't know who Anything for Views is, but yeah.
I understand. He's on Twitch, and also Andy's on Twitch. He's a 40-year-old guy that looks like a 14-year-old. He gets called a woman all the time, and it's funny because like he'll like be talking to people or just like people will be referring to him, and they'll say she. Or call him a lady, and it'll be so hilarious.
The way that you said that, I thought you said a 4-year-old person.
You can see the anger in his face, and it's hilarious. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I could just imagine the pain.
But eventually,
I instantly thought of Juby, like how we called him a girl.
I believed it. Anyway, but yeah, and then now the host is Anything for Views, Keemstar, and Colossal is crazy, and they all go well together. And I do like their podcast. Also, what was another one I was gonna H3 the H3 podcast, which is H3 Productions and his girlfriend/wife. And then they'll have
wait, what? A girlfriend/wife? You mean like fiance?
I'm pretty sure it's his girlfriend. I feel like they're just I feel like they just go. I think they're fine as just boyfriend girlfriend. They don't really need to get married. But again, they're like they have a podcast. They always have like guests on there. I think they're like on their 50th, 60th.
Yeah, they had like Justin Roiland on there.
Yeah, they had a like that was in the earlier like few like month like God a year ago because that was like one of the first few episodes. But yeah, and then
Yeah,
I
that's the
had
only episode I really saw of
yeah
that.
they also had Shane. They had all kinds of YouTubers. Um, they had some Twitch streamers. They had Andy or not no why did I say it? Anyway, they had Shane Dawson recently on there, and of course
What?
yeah.
Shane Dawson's still on YouTube?
Yeah, you didn't hear about recently how he got accused of being a pedophile because he made a joke on a podcast like a year or two ago. Longer than that, he made like some really edgy
No.
joke because he just made some really edgy joke and everyone knew he was joking, right? About like like something something about raping a kid. Again, a really edgy joke. And it was just he was joking, of course, but apparently people wanted to take that and try and call him a pedophile for some reason. Just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go take my dog out. Okay, you wanna bite my foot? I'll bite your teeth.
sorry, I'm gonna wait for him to get back. But in the meantime, I'm gonna sit here and talk about my own channel. So recently, I've been having a struggle trying to find some type of creative outlet because I feel like YouTube is good for me because again, it is in my name, but also I do enjoy streaming on YouTube. I do enjoy doing podcasts like these. I do enjoy this, just sitting down talking with someone about something stupid or random. But at the same time, I like Twitter more or Instagram or just something else because it's more quick and fast. I don't have to worry about putting a bunch of time and effort or trying to be funny straight off the bat on a stream or something. And I feel like it's more chill and laid back and less stressful because when I'm on a stream, I feel like I have to be funny. I have to really try to be funny or else I just won't succeed and no one will watch my stuff, even though no one watches my stuff now. But again, it's kind of a struggle because again, not everyone is entertaining or funny, and the people that really aren't entertaining or funny struggle the most on YouTube. So I'm definitely one of those people. Yeah. Oh, I thought Jin got back for a second. I was about to say. Hmm. Again, I'm gonna end it with him in here. But honestly, right now I'm just looking at Twitter, trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to just come up with something to say. Because again, when you don't have someone to talk to on a podcast, it's like, well, what's the point? A Minecraft farm, a skeleton pop. Okay, interesting. Anything in Twitter I can start a conversation with. Anything. No, just random pictures and tweets. Oh, it's a Wednesday, my dude. Oh, it's like, okay. Okay, I get it. Um, Jin? God, I thought it was him. Okay, size of 10 the tap man on a Sunday. Your TV is uncomfortable. uh, okay. There's nothing on Twitter I can start a conversation with. There's literally nothing. Although that is a really cool. Ooh. Okay, that's a really cool Doctor Disrespect kind of fan art thing someone made. Uh, Los Angeles Valiant. Yeah, no one cares no one cares about Overwatch League. That's a good thing to start talking about. Overwatch League, I feel like just everyone was hyped about it the first night, the first few matches, but then everyone just died off. Like the whole hype died off, and no one cared about it anymore. Oh, Jen, you're back. Thank God. Oh, thank God. Okay, now we can end the stream or end the podcast.
Okay.
So, Jen, you got really anything to say before we leave?
Um, I'm sorry how this turned out.
Yeah, because I feel like again, I think this went better than the Useless Cunts podcast. Because when I watched that back, I was like, oh God, it's so cringy and edgy to me. I think it was mostly because Isaac was there. He was giving me off like really edgy vibes. Nothing against Isaac, but
Yeah, Isaac's a great guy. Just
yeah,
sometimes.
I feel like I was just trying to be too edgy with everything, and we weren't being too serious about it. But then again, that can be fun. Again, I think we had like Icon in here for like the next episode, or we could just do ourselves for the next episode. Who knows? But
We need to get Mason in here though.
oh, Mason, if he'll share his voice and get a better mic and stop playing Fortnite, then yeah, he can be in the
I
podcast.
mean, Mason just got a better mic.
Oh, he did. Okay, so then
Yeah.
if he'd stop playing Fortnite, then yeah. But anyway, so that is the end of episode 1 of the SilaR podcast. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good outro, but I can't think of anything creative. So, but yeah, that's been the SilaR podcast. Hope you enjoyed. We will be back for another episode. We'll probably talk about the previous episode, be a little meta about it.
And how stupid it was.
But yeah, I'm your host, the YouTube Addict. I was joined here by Jin115. See you in the next episode. I still gotta end it.